That was exciting. I've never been introduced by Cliff Richard before. Yeah, it's interesting people talking about dating, actually. Especially the guy talking earlier about Tinder. I used to be on Tinder. I actually met my wife on Tinder. Yay! Sadly, that was 6 months after we split up. I'm not really one to hold grudges, but it was really nice to find out that things hadn't worked out between her and Jag, the 60-year-old eco-warrior, the massive prick, as I called him. Which in hindsight was the problem I had, I think. There's 2 rules on dating sites. Anyone that's been on it knows what those 2 rules are. The first one is you have to say that you like travelling. Every single profile says, I like travelling. So I put that on, it was a complete lie. Started talking to one girl, and she'd just come back from Peru, she'd done the Inca Trail, she'd seen Machu Picchu. Yeah, she'd been an amazing traveller. She said to me, where have you been? And I panicked, and I said, I've been to Telford. It wasn't even true. I'd been on a train that stopped at Telford. She tried to be nice to me. She said, what is there to do in Telford? So I got on my phone, I googled what is there to do in Telford, and Google just laughed at me. The second rule about Tinder is you should not, in your profile picture, have a picture of you and another girl. That's sort of a standard rule, right? Which is a great one. But I found when I had a picture of me and Rachel Riley from Countdown, everybody wanted to talk to me. It was a good conversation starter. So the reason I had a picture of Rachel Riley from Countdown is because I was on Countdown and I met her. And that's sort of one of those sort of tourism things, so that when you go on there, you get a picture with Rachel, you get a picture with Susie. Hang on. Here we go. But yeah, whenever I say that I've been on Countdown, everybody has the same response, and I hate it. It's that typical guy thing. Obviously, Rachel Riley is as smart as anybody in the world, and anybody I tell that I've been on Countdown, they come up to me and go, oh, Rachel Riley, yeah. And I just try and wind them up, and I go, yeah, she's really smart, isn't she? And they go, yeah, but it's not really what I mean, she's just really, really... And I'm like, good at maths, yeah, that's probably how she got the job. And they're like, and they get so worked up because they're trying to say something that they know is disrespectful, and I'm not sort of humouring them to the point that in the end they just go, I really want to have sex with her. And then I can just look at her and go, yeah, but she won't have sex with you, would she? But no, it's interesting when you go on there, you get sent a series of rules. They get complaints on, when I say rules, like guidelines of what to do, what to wear. They get complaints about 2 things when they're on Countdown. And those are, when you sing vowel and consonant, the 2 complaints they get are people who don't say please enough and people who say please too much. And I just think that's a good metaphor for the extremes of like broken Britain and divided Britain, that there are some people who, they don't want you to say please, this is business, we're here for a reason. There's 2 that think manners are really important, we should all be nice to each other, we should all try and fit in. And I just think if Boris Johnson could take that attitude to EU negotiations and try and find a middle ground, we'd all be a lot better off. It's interesting, and this is genuinely true, they film Countdown in the same studio as they used to film Jeremy Kyle. So when there's background shots of Jeremy Kyle and there's people like, there's like the 3 potential dads and the unemployed bloke, it's the same room as the green room for Countdown. I suppose nowadays, I wonder if Jeremy Kyle's still there because he is now the unemployed bloke, isn't he? And then the staff are the same as well. Could you imagine 2 more different people? The kind of people that go on Jeremy Kyle and the kind of people that go on Countdown? Like one day you'd be dealing with somebody who's addicted to maths, the next day you'd be dealing with someone who's addicted to meth. One day you'd be dealing with somebody who's amazing with numbers, they can do brilliant sums. The next day you'd be dealing with somebody who's struggling to count how many kids they've still got. You meet your opponent a few minutes before you go on. It's really intense. So I was there, the studio was all set up, and my opponent rolled up. When I say rolled up, I mean literally rolled up. She was a 90-year-old woman. She was fucking intense. She was called Brenda. She gave me an absolute death stare. Obviously I was there just like, this is a bit of fun, I'm not expecting much. She was not there for that reason. She looks at me and she said, how many times have you read the dictionary? I was like, none, obviously. She went, I've read it 5 times. I was like, shit. She said, I went on the French version of Countdown and I won. And I was like, oh, you speak French? And she's like, no, I just don't look like looking like an idiot on TV. So bloody hell. I applied for Countdown because I watched the 8 out of 10 Cats version and I'd seen Rob Beckett on there and he said he got a 4-letter word and it was piss. And there was 1 S. And I thought I could do better than this. And now I'm on here, I'm taking fucking Stephen Hawking's twin sister. It's bullshit. Right, round 1 came on. This is what my prop's for. We're going to have a go and see if you can do any fucking better than I did. This was round 1. This was the letter selection. You've got about 10 seconds. What's the longest word you can find? Boom. Anyone got anything?
4.
Thor, what have you got?
Port.
Brilliant. There's 5. What have you got?
Crack.
Crack. Brilliant. I spotted crack, and then I spotted pot. And I thought, that's a word, isn't it? Crackpot. Yeah? For 8. Brilliant. So I looked at Nick, and I said, I've got an 8. It's what I am, a crackpot. And Nick went, oh yeah, that's the kind of banter we love on Countdown. And I thought, this is great. I'm having a good time here now. Brenda, stared at me in the eyes, looking really pissed off. She went, I've got an 8, and it's what I am, a cock trap. You can't do that on Channel 4. Susie then just went, that's brilliant. That's a device for restraining poultry. I was getting absolutely hammered. That was a draw. We both got 8. For the next few rounds, I got absolutely battered. I was losing badly. This round came up.
Wow.
I thought, here's an X. I thought there's got to be a good set of letters here. I thought there's loads I can do. I was really struggling. Last moment I got 7. I spotted healers. That's there. Brenda was declaring first. She looked me right in the eye. She just went, arsehole. Who the hell's going to protect me here? Susie Dent. I thought Susie Dent was like, stand-up woman. She just went, that's brilliant, for 8 letters. Absolute shite. Do you know, I mean, you probably do. Do you know you win if you win an episode of Countdown?
Yeah.
What'd you get? Teapot. You win a teapot. You win a Countdown teapot. You know you win if you win an episode of Deal or No Deal? You win £250,000. Right? You can beat any fucking idiot in the world. You can pick the right box. You've won £250,000. I had a look. You can sell your Countdown teapot on eBay for 75 quid. Which is great for a teapot. It's not £250,000 though, is it? Less people might know this. Do you know what you win if you win the entire series of Countdown? You win a dictionary. If there is one person in the country that does not need a dictionary, it's the person who's won Countdown and knows all the words already, isn't it? I am being bitter, actually. I applied for Deal or No Deal and I didn't get on. I went to the audition and they make you prove you remember all of their like weird theories about numbers, like, oh, this is my lucky number, I really believe in this, and I don't believe in any of that. I think it's all shit, so they didn't let me on. But I remember when I was first watching it, there was one woman, she came on, and she had box number 11. She was so excited that was her week, or her day that day, because she said, my dad, his birthday was on the 11th of the month, and he passed away a few months ago. And I know that he's up there, and he's made this happen, and whatever's in this box is what he's put in there for me. And she won 50p. I'm going to end on a bit of a somber note. So, Brenda, my opponent, said she was quite old. She actually died on the day that our episode was screened, and she took Countdown so seriously. I just think that she took maybe the name of the show a bit too literally. That's the end. Thank you.